Hey, what is up, tech heads? Dalton and Cloud here. Today we are going over another cloud-based certification. This time it's going to be in the Azure field of study. This is going to be for the AZ TAC 104 certification for you to get your Azure Administrator certification. Before we get into today's video, if you could go ahead and please be sure to hit the subscribe button and then tap that notification bell so you could get updates on future content like this. And if you enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm so we could get this video in front of more people to help them get the resources they need to get certified. Without further ado, let's begin. All right. So, as I said, we're going to help get the resources we need to get certified with our Microsoft certification. This is the Azure Administrator Associate level certification. This is very similar to the AWS Certified Solutions Architect. They did have a solutions architect certification under Microsoft at one point, but that's been discontinued. And this kind of goes more in line with that certification pathway, but for Microsoft's resources. Here we're going over the prerequisites. This is going to be, we'll just go over the different modules that are outline this. So in module one, they have identity, just group domains, user groups, such as that. And then Microsoft also has a free course that you could learn online to take this exam. And then here we just kind of have the outline of the course. So module one, as we said, is going to be identity. Module two will be governance and compliance. Module three will be administration. So this is resource management, tools, ARM templates. Um, Module 4 is going to be virtual networking. Module 5 will be uh, intrasite connectivity. And then Module 6 will be network traffic management. And then Module 7 is just going to be storage. And then Module 8 is going to be virtual machines. And Module 9 will be serverless computing. Module 10, data protection. Module 11, monitoring. So those are going to be the 8 different modules that they want you to go over to help you pass this certification. As I said, if you don't mind learning online at your own pace, which I'm sure a lot of you by now are not unfamiliar with that, then you could go online. I'll have the page linked uh, in the video description where you could go and look at all of the online training that Microsoft offers for free. If you do prefer instructor led training, then you do have to pay, and it will be a pretty penny uh, for this particular uh, certification to be instructor led. But let's get on to today's video and the resources that we need. So, first up is going to be Free Code Camp. So, Free Code Camp, it's something we're not unfamiliar with. Free Code Camp is used by a lot of different people, mainly for learning coding, but they've also been getting into the certification development pathways because with coding, a lot of jobs, you're going to see a need for cloud education. That's been a rising need, making sure you have your Git portfolio updated with different projects you're uh, adding to as well as contributing to. Um, but it also involves more getting access to understand having your familiarity with the cloud. So having something like your AZ 104, your Azure Administrator certification would be very useful, especially because there is almost no company you could go to where there's not Microsoft involved in some way or another. I've used their certifications guides in the past, primarily the Cloud Practitioner. I did feel like it was a little dry at times, that was one of their earlier certifications that they curated. Um, I will say it was pretty in line with other cloud practitioner courses that I've taken. I've taken them on Pluralsight, A Cloud Guru, as well as Udemy. And the material was pretty on par. It's just going to be a little dry, so I would actually take it up in snippets. So maybe watch in section by section, maybe try to do 10, 20, 30 minutes at a time, and then take a break, come back to it, and go that route. Next up is Learning Tree International. So I only am mentioning this because it was one of the recommended from a couple other people who have used this. However, the people who I've seen use this, I feel like they're the same people that would use. Um, they wouldn't really retain the information. They need it just to get the certification. They have the technical knowledge, but they primarily use this for the just getting certified. Uh, I don't personally recommend it. I don't know enough about Learning Tree to give a personal recommendation, but just that I do know people who have passed using the course outlined here. Next up is going to be Cloud Academy. So Cloud Academy has been growing a decent amount in the online education uh, the realm. I will say they do an okay job. I've seen people actually as of late, I've seen people pass as well as retain a decent amount of content when going for this. The average duration for this is course is going to be 34 hours. It has almost 6,000 students and 4.8 ratings, so that can't be the worst. They do have some free content here. Overview of Azure services. So if you want, you could go and look at this for free before you go sign up for anything. And I believe they also have a free trial you could utilize as well. Um, Next up is going to be A Cloud Guru, a Pluralsight company. So this course has 110 lessons, 24 hands-on labs, one course quiz, and 3 practice exams, 8 hours worth of certification study. And this is done by Robert Burnett as well as Chase Dovey. So I love A Cloud Guru. I loved them before they bought Linux Academy, and I loved them before they got picked up by Pluralsight. I continue to love their content to this day. This is a newer exam. That's probably why there is not as much content as some of their other exams that they have prep for. Still, without a doubt, love their content. This is great. Go do a free trial if you are trying to look and see into this to see if this is something you're interested in. I have a subscription. I don't know if I will ever get rid of it. Even if I no longer take any more exams for the rest of my life, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I love their content so much. They have an amazing platform. I hope it doesn't change with them in the coming years with them getting merged with Pluralsight more and more, but love their content. Can't recommend this enough. Next up, CBT Nuggets, of course. This is taught by everyone knows Chuck Keith, or at least if you don't, Network Chuck Keith, amazing instructor, amazing content creator. He's great, as well as Knox Hutchinson. Knox is another amazing education trainer. Um, you can't really go wrong with trainers such as this lined up. And then we also have Trevor Sullivan. So there's 20 skills taught here, 205 videos, 21 hours of content, one practice exam. So the reason I love CBT Nuggets, they tell you what you're getting out of it, why, who needs this, why you need to know it, and then their solution. So unlike a lot of different companies, IT Pro TV, A Cloud Guru does the same thing. They have the different price plans for, just video or just this or just that. This it is a little bit more expensive. It's $60 a month or $600 a year, depending if you go annually or monthly. But what do you get out of it? You get personalized coaching for what your career goals are. You get quizzes, you get access to their community, you get certificates of completion you could throw on LinkedIn, you get access to trainers to talk to them personally, usage reports, how much you're using, how if you're on par with a certain goal that you're trying to keep track of. You get access to playlists, offline viewing, practice exams, uh, with Cyber Vista, which is seems to be the new industry standard for practice exams, virtual labs, everything. So the works. So yes, it's more of a premier price. Uh, if you're going for the networking field, you cannot go wrong with CBT Nuggets. I'm telling you right now. Their content for networking is the best, and they do a pretty good job with their cloud training as well. So if you had to choose between the two, I love A Cloud Guru for cloud. But if you're doing a little bit of a hybrid networking cloud, you're probably going to end up wanting to go with CBT Nuggets. No offense, A Cloud Guru is not really as developed in the networking world. They are in the security world. They're growing a lot, as well as the administration world, with picking up Linux Academy. But if it all depends on what fields you're trying to get into. That's what I'll say is the difference between what subscription I would recommend you go with. You don't need a recommendation, as we've seen. There's always going to be free content out there, but it's just how do you digest the content? uh what's your mindset? I would always try free trials for anyone, no matter where you go. So then we also have the Pluralsight. Now, Pluralsight, they are going to start getting A Cloud Guru's content, I believe, but right now they have their own instructors on Pluralsight. So this is going to be Michael Tesk, Tim Warner, Michael Bender. So this is going to be their content for the AZ 104 exam. It's not as intensive as you see. There's only a little bit of content here, especially compared to even A Cloud Guru that has 8 hours worth of content. We only see about, what is this, 3-4 hours worth of content here. But still, this would be a good resource, especially if you already have a subscription to Pluralsight. It is going to be one of the cheaper options, and then you could also sign up for a free trial just to give it a shot, look at their first couple of videos and see if this content is for you or not. Then we have Wiz Labs. Again, Wiz Labs, I don't have as much of a background, just like Learning Tree. Um, I only recommend this because it was one of the options allotted. I in that people utilized. So this course includes, and you see for $40, so it's not the most expensive option out there. It says 4.5 out of 349 ratings. There's 96 videos, 2 labs, 280 questions that you could utilize. It says four full length mock-up exams, which includes the 220 hours or questions, 9+ hours of video training and syllabus. So this doesn't seem to really include too much um, labs to utilize. Oh, 2 hands-on labs. Um, I mean, there's a lot more labs even if you go through the free course through Microsoft. So there is that. But next up, I want to go over to IT Pro TV, just to show their course for Microsoft for the AZ. Just to make this a little faster. So this is their content for the AZ 104. So they have 20 hours or 32 hours worth of content. Now, this is the 2020 objectives. The objectives really didn't change for the AZ 104, and a lot of this content they have is going to be a little bit redundant with the AZ 103. Still, I do love IT Pro TV, especially if you're going for a more traditional IT background, especially if you're trying to be a system administrator or something such as that. They make amazing content. They, again, like I mentioned before, they are one of the standards have a premium list price as well as a standard. Their premium list price is going to be very similar to CBT Nuggets. The only difference is going to be if we go over to their pricing, they don't have the Cyber Vista IT practice exams. They have their own practice exams, which aren't going to be terrible. Um, but and they are going to have individual coaching opportunity for you to learn kind of what path, like, tell them what pathway you want to go in your IT career field, and then they'll help curate what you need to do to achieve that goal within whatever time frame you're giving. But I still feel like if you're going for more bang for your buck, you are going to get a little bit more of a curated price with CBT Nuggets as far as in depth, but it's going to cost you. So if you're not in the IT career field yet and you need to get your feet wet, this is probably going to be one of the better options, especially if you go for something such as the standard fee. And you could even see if you enjoy the instructors and the way they teach by going with their starter package. It's free content. You never get enough free stuff. They have a lot of they even have a few certifications you could study for free through there as well. So I love IT Pro TV. I love CBT Nuggets, and I love A Cloud Guru. I've probably mentioned that so many times on so many of my videos, but it's up to you. Go and listen to the instructors, see how they teach, see if it's something that's useful for you, and if you enjoy the way the content is provided. Next up is going to be books, because who doesn't love filling their cabinet with books, making themselves seem smarter to all their friends when really you really have no idea what's going on with the book, but you just bought it because you need a glorified paperweight to make you seem smarter. I am just kidding. So there's not much as far as book content as of right now. We don't see a lot of the big instructors having an AZ 104 book out as of yet. I was able to find this book. It does have 3.5 stars with a 33 ratings on it. I've not seen too many people recommend it. So get this at your own pace, kind of go through the reviews yourself, see if it's something you're going to actually end up wanting to get. It is going to be cheaper than some of the other options out there, $28 or $29, or $10 if you get the Kindle version. It's 405 pages in length. Um, and this is taught by Lalit Rawat. Oh, I am butchering your name, Lalit. So I won't even try to pronounce that again. But for $10, that's actually not a bad list price. It's $20 off, 67% off the original asking price. So if you're getting the paperback, maybe not. Look at the reviews. If you're getting the Kindle version, that's really not that much money. Now we're going to one of our other favorite platforms, which is Udemy. So I do know a lot of my go-to instructors. We're gonna kind of see if we see them on here. Scott Duffy, I have heard of him, so we'll look at his content. And here we go. Here's my other buddy, John Bonso. Okay, so we got our two our content on here. So Scott Duffy, yes, I've heard of his content. Yes, I've heard a lot of recommendations. No, I've not actually tried this. Again, always preview the course. Listen to the instructors, see if they're teaching in a way that keeps you engaged, keeps you entertained, keeps you wanting to study more. Because if you're not wanting to study more, chances are you shouldn't use it. That's why we offer so many different ways to study. We always say, try the free trial if it's offered. So but Scott Duffy does have a lot of great reviews for this particular course. So you can subscribe to Udemy now. They have a subscription fee where you could get access to a lot of different certifications. So you'll get access to courses, you'll get access to certifications, coding, certification, marketing, whatever. All these different resources you get access to. So this actually might be better depending on if what your overall career goal is. If it's just going to be IT, maybe not. But if it's going to be maybe a biz dev sort of role where have to get a little bit of both the business coding as well as the traditional IT knowledge, then maybe that's going to be more in line with what you need. Or you could buy the course outright. So if you buy the course outright, $12, not a bad price, 12 hours worth of content, 4 downloadable resources, 24 articles to utilize. Um, so decent amount of content. It looks like it was last updated May 31st of this year. So great job there. Um, and then John Bonso. We love John Bonso. All hail John Bonso. So uh, John's content right here, $12, 4 practice exams, 10 questions, 40, 40, and 5. Uh, the 40 questions are the full length. He goes in depth with why a question is the way it is. We love John Bonso. He does an amazing job. He gives us the reference documents, complete explanations, cheat sheets with what you need to know. So, overall, he says here 95 top notch questions, free exclusive 3-month access to his own website, Tutorial Dojo, portal, exam simulator, simulates actual exam environment, detailed explained reference and cheat sheets, study guide. So we love John Bonso. He does an amazing job with his content. Can't thank him enough for all he does. He does a lot for the um, cloud certification pathways. So definitely go give him a look for his certifications. He's more specialized in AWS. That's where he started, but he's been going into the Microsoft field. So definitely go look at his content as well. Those are all the resources I have for the AZ-104 Microsoft Azure Administrator exam. I hope you found something that helps you out get this certification. Without further ado, you have a great rest of your day.